Hi, I'm Calibe Thompson and welcome to the weekly news roundup from Jamaicans.com on Caribcast.tv, covering January 24th to January 30th, 2014. This week's episode is brought to you by our sponsors, Anisha Concepts for small business graphics and web design, First Fridays of Florida, South Florida's premier Caribbean monthly social event, and the Jamaican Recipes app, the most popular Jamaican mobile phone app. Off the top in Caribbean news, Jamaica's bobsled team will compete at the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia, and they will be joined by their neighbors Dominica and the British Virgin Islands. The Dominica Olympic Committee is expected to confirm the participation of Gary De Silvestri and his wife Angelica Moroni De Silvestri, who qualified late in the season in Montana. They are the first husband and wife duo to compete in the same event at the Olympics. 21-year-old Peter Adam Crook, a native of Tortola, BVI, is a half-pipe skier and practices in Park City, Utah during the season. He's the first BVI representative to qualify for the Winter Olympics in over 30 years. From Latin America and throughout the Caribbean, leaders of nations have signed a resolution that declares the entire region a zone of peace. This means that the countries promise to resolve any disputes respectfully as neighbors and without using armed force. The resolution was made at the end of a summit meeting of Western Hemisphere countries, excluding Canada and the United States. In Jamaican news, while Jamaica's government has received encouragement from advocates overseas to move ahead with its decriminalization of marijuana for medical and recreational use, A.J. Nicholson, Minister of Foreign Affairs, suggests the nation will continue to proceed cautiously. He also said that legalizing the use of marijuana is out of the question for now. Leroy Lindsay, the Director General of the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, has called for Jamaica to become a source of pilots and air traffic controllers for the world. Lindsay says that Jamaica's pilots are in demand in countries like the United Arab Emirates and in other Caribbean nations. Air traffic controllers are also sought after throughout the world because of their high level of training. Rastafarians in Kingston showed their support for a claim to a hilltop location where one of the founding members of the spiritual movement headed a community in the 1940s. The community was ultimately destroyed by the British colonial authorities in 1954. Some 100 demonstrators believe their community has a rightful claim to the hilltop known as the Pinnacle. The first self-sustaining Rastafarian settlement was founded there by Leonard P. Howell, and the site, which is located in St. Catherine Parish, is held sacred by Rastafarians. The ruins of Howell's home were designated a National Heritage Site by Jamaica in 2013. In Diaspora news, reggae music has had a strong hold in the United Kingdom since the 1950s, when waves of Caribbean people began emigrating to that area. In 2014, a crew from BBC One and BBC One Extra radio broadcasting stations from England, led by Wilbur Wilberforce, a Briton of Jamaican heritage, traveled to Jamaica to record a 5-hour documentary on Jamaican music. The Denver Broncos are set to play in the Super Bowl in New Jersey, and when they take the field, Jamaican-born Orlando Franklin, 26, will meet a career goal envied by most National Football League players in the United States. Franklin, who plays right tackle, is expected to take a major role in protecting quarterback Peyton Manning. While this is a lot of pressure for Franklin, he says playing in the Super Bowl is a dream come true. And in entertainment, congratulations to Ziggy Marley for becoming the newest winner of the Best Reggae Album category with Ziggy Marley in Concert. Reggae obtained Grammy status 30 years ago, but Maxine Stowe of Jamaica, who has worked with Donny Music International and Island Records, believes that the benefits of winning a Best Reggae Album award depend on the reputation of the artist. According to Stowe, only the winners who have already obtained a good sales position in mainstream stores receive an increase in sales outside ethnic or reggae markets. Jamaica's Ministry of Tourism and Entertainment officially listed the Blue Mountain Music Festival as an event to take place during Reggae Month. The festival will take place in Blue Mountain and Jonquil Mountains National Park on February 22nd and 23rd. The event is a new iteration of Misty Bliss, a cultural festival held every year that has evolved into a 2-day event. In sports, a demand for players from Jamaica by United States Major League Soccer, MLS, increased in the 2014 MLS Super Draft. This represents more opportunities for local players to seek professional careers overseas. Jamaicans favor playing in Europe, but they could be looking to North American leagues next. According to Damani Ralph, player agent, young players tend to view the MLS as a second choice, but he believes the league offers good opportunities for players to mature before trying for their top choices. Jamaica's Leon Butler, 16, is the first football player in the area to receive an endorsement contract from Nike, a major sporting goods firm. Butler obtained the 3-year contract from Nike because of its recognition of his talent and the good reviews received from its scouts. Butler came up through the ranks of the Phoenix All-Stars Football Academy and signed with Ajax of the Netherlands. In business, the Royal Bank of Canada, RBC, the second largest lender in the region in assets, will sell its Jamaican banking business to Sagicor Group Jamaica Limited. The sale is being completed at a loss of Canadian $60 million to RBC and marks the end of the firm's 6 years of operation in Jamaica. And finally, a personal perspective. On January 29th, President Barack Obama offered the State of the Union address. He gave a generic but hopeful speech touching on topics like helping the middle class, equality for women, getting Americans back to work, better education, all in all inspiring confidence in his base that he continues to fight on their behalf for a better standard of living. Meanwhile, in Jamaica, former Jamaican Prime Minister Bruce Golding says that Jamaicans should avoid sensationalism and populist tendencies when looking at commercial bank fees, fees which have risen over 30% in the past 2 years, according to a report from the Bank of Jamaica. While Mr. Golding pats these banks on the back and gives them a consoling, they're there because they, the banks, need to raise fees in response to the impacts of the current economic climate, while they can finagle their rate cards at their whim with the support of national leaders like Mr. Golding, there are hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans who cannot make ends meet, who cannot even afford their daily bread. Jamaica sells off every major asset it owns to foreign interest, taxes its citizens over 15% on everyday items, watches the value of its dollar slide into oblivion, and then has the nerve to talk about why banks need to be making more money? All this while denying citizens the right to begin finally legally growing and exporting the marijuana that has always been in demand internationally, but can suddenly now be legitimately monetized, bringing millions, if not billions of dollars flooding into the country. Prime Minister Portia Simpson is courting the private sector, hoping that they will step up to invest in the programs and infrastructure that the government cannot afford. Well, Jamaican leaders, good luck with your hope and crony capitalism. Jamaican people, I hope we can find a way out of the quagmire we find ourselves in, but for the moment, I'm not sure what to say to you about the state of our union, the state of our future, other than, may God help us. As always, if you have an opinion, please share it with me. Email me at cthompson@caribcast.tv or post your comments via jamaicans.com. For more headlines and the news in detail, visit Jamaicans.com and follow them on Twitter and Facebook. For live Caribbean TV anywhere in the world, order Caribcast on your Roku device, visit Caribcast.tv or download the app. I'm Calibe Thompson. For all of us at Jamaicans.com and Caribcast.tv, keep on keeping on. We'll see you next time on the Weekly News Roundup.